Alright, so guys, as you know, a certain Roblox game recently went into early access. If you don't know what the game is, it's VV. Yeah, VV is a Bleach game. It's been in development for around 5 years, and it recently went into early access, and I was one of the lucky few hundreds who were able to play the game early. Yeah, today I'll be just doing a little review of it. Yeah, I'll be going over a few parts of the game, and what I like about it. Yeah, let's just get into it.
Part 1. The world building.
So, in my opinion, world building is a major part of any game. One of my favorite games was d.e.s.p, for example, not even because of the PvP or the progression or the PvE, but because of the huge open world it had. Like some of my favorite games like Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom or Skyrim or Minecraft are all huge games with a huge world. And what I really like about VV is the giant maps it has. Like, you cannot even see as far as this map goes. Like, it goes all the way back there. You can see there's regions back there, over there. There's a whole different place down there. It's huge, and that's just one of the regions. Like I said, there's a region down there which has a map almost as big as this one. There's one back there at the precipice, like a huge snowy mountain, and that's just like the overworld in quotations. There are your home world, a trading place, a tutorial place. It's insane how big this game is, and you can really tell that they put 5 years of effort into this. And the thing is, the huge map isn't just a major point, it's that the huge map is full of life. Like, you can find NPCs, quests, bosses, monsters, secrets everywhere on the in the game. Like, on this map, for example, there are like 4 bosses, 50 quests, 100 NPCs. It's insane. Like, I've spent 13 hours around on this slot, and I haven't even fully explored this first area. There is so much to see, so much to find. It's insane. And that combined with the progression of this game, which is going to be the next part, is it's insane. It's just crazy. Like, I've recently unlocked a new area which is called the Arctic Plains, and so far I'm still exploring the other places because I'm simply not done with them yet, and I want to explore this place fully before I go to the next area, because I know it's gonna take just as long to explore the next one. It's insane. The world building in this game is crazy. The map is huge. Like, it's insane. Yeah, that's about everything about the world building. On to the next part. Part 2. Progression and races. So in game currently there are already the 3 major races, which are Quincy, Arrancar, and Shinigami. There are no Fullbringers yet, but I don't know if they plan to even add that. So as you can see, I am currently an Arrancar, and every race has a different progression. For example, as an Arrancar, you start off as an Hollow, as in almost every Bleach game. But the progression in this game is very deep. You can choose which which hollow type you want to be. You can essentially choose like what animal your hollow is based off on, what kind of mask you have. The only thing that really affects your build is what hollow type you are. As an Arrancar starting out, you get to pick your hollow. Your hollow, you can pick out between like 6 different animals, I think. And there are animals like, for example, a gorilla, a lizard, a turtle. I don't know the other ones. And they all have different stats. For example, the gorilla has well balanced out stats and has a different model, of course, while the lizard is smaller but less defensive, and the turtle is more defensive but has lower damage and is slower, for example. And as a hollow, once you've picked your progression, this guy, while progressing, like killing other hollow NPCs, you're able to gain hollow traits. I currently have 4 out of 4, but if you're a regular hollow, you only have 3 out of 3. The 4th one you get if you're in Vasto Order, which is also part of the progression. We'll get to that. And these traits you actually can keep from your hollow to an Arrancar. So if you, for example, pick Iron Skin like me here, as in hollow, if you go Arrancar, like go humanoid, you cannot change them anymore. So you actually have to think about what you pick. And it's very deep because, for example, I went a tanky build. I went Iron Skin, Exoskeleton, Giant, which all give you like defense and posture. And then I went Wings for a bit of the movement speed, because they all give reduced movement speed, right here and here. So I went Wings to get be a bit faster and more flash steps. And now in my Aranker state, I'm fine with it because I actually thought about what I picked. But if you don't think about it, you might actually be cooked if you pick the wrong stuff. You might have to wipe. And continuing with the holo progression, as a holo, you're able to go from holo to Menos to Adjukas, and then from Adjukas, you should be able to go either into a Arankar or go to a Vasto Lorde. The Vasto Lorde quest is not as difficult as in other games, for example, like Old Type Soul or Peroxide. It's just get 70 kills, 70 holo NPC kills, and that's it. Then you turn into a Vasto Lorde. As a Vasto Lorde, you start off with your res weapon, so you don't have to unlock this. You normally play with a katana, simply as that, but you unlock it as a Vasto instantly. And you also unlock your 4th trait, so you have spot for another trait. The progression for Soul Reaper and Quincy is way different, but I haven't played Soul Reaper enough, and I haven't played Quincy at all yet, so I don't even know how it works. Next, we're going into how the progression works as a humanoid. So, starting off as a Soul Reaper or Quincy, you'll instantly start with this progression, while Aranker have the holo progression. So, progression is split into 3 parts, let's say. Levels are still normally in the game, but there's XP now, and XP has different, there's different types of XP. So, first I'd have to explain missions. Missions, every race has a home world. For example, over here it's Las Noches, and these home worlds all have a mission NPC. This mission NPC gives you missions depending on your level, so I'll show you real quick. Like you can see over here, you start with errand class, then you go to a low class, and then you go to a squad class. While you can also go on promotion missions at certain levels to become even stronger overall. So your M1 damage increases, your overall damage increases. These missions you can pick. For example, I'm just gonna request the errand class mission. As you can see, I requested it, and here I can pick mandatory training, or I go on a harder mission, which is, for example, the squad class, where I have fully different missions like investigate an unidentifiable raster signature in the outskirts of Soul Society. I know this quest, it's a boss fight. Or this one where you have to help some NPC with a password and they get invaded by a Menos Grande. And on these missions, which you can also enable, you can get invaded by other players. So dangerous missions over here, you can toggle it. If you get invaded, you just have to fight the guy and you get even more XP if you kill him. If you get killed by him, you lose XP. Simple. So that's one type of XP. There's fighting XP now, as you know, and then there's mission XP. But then there's another XP. There's quest XP. Quests are something you can fight anywhere in the overworld. There are main story quests, like these one I have right now. There are faction quests, which are only for holos. Then there are quests for certain areas, for example, the Marsh, or the Precipice, or Fort Adams, which are different locations. And those are side quests, so you can do them, but you don't have to progress the main story. They just give you XP and maybe other rewards, like items. So if you only spam missions for it now, for example, over here at this guy, you will level up very slowly. So you'll have to go do missions, do quests, kill NPCs, kill bosses, kill players to progress the fastest. So if you actually want to progress, you have to split your XP into little parts which you do. Like do missions, you do quests, you do kills, and then you level up. It's really fun in my opinion, and it's a great way to switch it up. Alright, and last but not least, we'll be talking about your mode progression. So, as you can see, I already have my res weapon, but I don't have any abilities. Which means you have to unlock your abilities one by one. So, there are no modes like full modes. So there's no full res, no bankai, and no vault standing. There are res, which is just 2 abilities, your basic abilities. There's shikai, and there's let's. Those 3 are your main abilities for every race. Every race has a different way of unlocking these abilities. For example, as an Arankar, you just have to meditate, and your soul will start talking to you if you get enough kills. And you just find out while you're meditating, you'll find out how to progress, and it's a pretty smooth progress. Yeah, that's about it for the progression. Now we're going on to builds. Part 3, builds. Builds can go very, very deep. So we'll start pretty simply and move on to the more complex stuff. So, very simple, equipment. Equipment, you'll know it, you'll love it. Just stuff that boosts you. While also looking good if you find good stuff. I have nothing that looks trippy, not gonna lie. I have this one. The face wrap. It looks cool. So, equipment, self-explanatory, you'll know what it is. Next, we have spirit charms. Spirit Charms are sort of extra equipment that doesn't give you stats, but it gives you new passives. So Spirit Charms can go from tier 1 to tier 4. While tier 4 are the rarest, tier 1 are the most common. I have some in my inventory. For example, right now I've equipped a tier 2 charm, where every time I do a crit on an enemy and it lands, I spawn a little familiar that hits the enemy as well, which can die, of course. I have tier 1 over here, which are pretty simple. For example, you regenerate 25% more Reiatsu from parries, but your regeneration of Reiatsu is cut by 35%. Or you get a bit more flash step master stamina. Tier 2 are a bit more complex, something like this one is very complex, I'm not gonna explain it. This one is something like when you clash, which is just like a little mini game where you have to quickly press some inputs. If you win, you heal back a bit. If you lose some more. So it has a positive and a negative. Tier 3 are, those can make or break your build. So if you pick a wrong one, which I already did once, you're not gonna enjoy it. It might ruin your experience. This one pretty cool. If I do a keto ability and the enemy is less than 11%, they will guaranteed die slowly and not even be knocked. Oh no, they will be knocked. Alright. I don't have a tier 4 yet. They are very rare. Another thing, there are notches on your build. So a tier 2 will take 2 notches, a tier 3 will take 3 notches, a tier 4 will take 4 notches, and so on. So you have to combine it. You only have 3 slots, so you can, for example, take 2 tier 2s and a tier 1 to, I don't know, make a better build. And yeah, that's about it for the character stuff for this screen. Now we're going on to the skill tree, which is also very expansive. So here we have the skill tree. There's a lot on your screen right now. We'll start off very simply. So down here, you have your stats. You can put them into. Every level you get, you'll get 4 attribute points. So when you're level 100, in total, you'll have 400 stat points. As you can see, I have around 200 right now, as I'm level 50, 51 or something, 52. There we go. Alright, now moving on to build points. Build points are also a very major part of your build. You also get 4 build points every level, I believe. And at the start of your build, or when you create your character, you have to pick a positive and a negative. So one where your stats are boosted, and one where your stats are, I don't know how to say it, flawed. So you just have less of that. If you input 1, you'll get a bit less than 1. If you put 1 into the plus, you'll get a bit more than 1. I'll just go over every one. Shumpo is your stamina and your speed. So your flash steps, you can do more of them without costing Reiatsu. And you're faster. Your metal is more posture. So if you increase it, you just have more posture. Your potency is your stat scaling. So let's say you scale into keto. Your keto will be stronger. Your keto moves. And your melee posture damage. Haste is how fast your skill cooldowns go down. And your passive Reiatsu regen. And reserves is how much space you have for Reiatsu. So your Reiatsu cap, for example. Simply said. Next, we're going over every skill tree. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 skill trees. Major skill trees for every stat. And then there are 2 extra ones, which is Misc and Sense. Sense is, I'll show it to you real quick. If you press C, you can see stuff around you, including players and mobs. And with Sensory, you can level this up. For example, increase your range, see what their Reiatsu is, see what faction they are from, and see their power level. So their level. And Misc is just little extra stuff that makes your combat better. For example, one where you can follow up a critical, one where you can, after you kick your enemy away, follow them up, and a flash step to stop your stun, but also something like being able to put out your spiritual pressure, which is very cool. Some of the Misc abilities are stat locked. For example, this one is behind Hakuda and this one is behind Strength. But yeah, if you don't skeleton them, you're not gonna miss them. Then there's Race, which is most of the time keto. So it's just the keto moves for your race. For example, I have Dabala, I have Zero, then I have Zero Upgrade, and Hero for keto. Then there's Speed. The skill trees are pretty big. So as you can see, the Speed skill tree is pretty big. And then there's Strength, which is also pretty big. And last but not least, there's Hakuda. Ooh. It's the biggest one, I believe, from the looks. And it has 3 major abilities. The glowing stuff is a major path and their best ability, I believe. So here's God Fist, Spirit Breaking Cannon, and Screwdriver. Every skill you unlock will need skill points. So let's say we go over here on speed skill tree. My next thing would be a keto node down this path, and it will need 2 skill points. So I'd have to have 2 skill points, which I currently have not. I have 1. So I can't, if you can see, I can't get it. Yeah, that was about it for the skill tree. And that was also about it for the builds. Now going on to the 4th part. Part 4. Is the game fun? In my opinion, the game is insanely fun. It's probably the most fun I've had in the last year or so, or even more. It's such a fun game. Either it doesn't matter if you're playing with friends, playing alone, exploring the map, doing invasions, doing missions, doing quests. It's just constant fun. It's so much fun. Yes, the game can be grindy at some parts, but even those grindy parts are pretty fun, I'm not gonna lie. The community is cool. So the early access people are all cool. I really enjoy playing with them. Everyone I met so far is pretty cool. It's such a great game. You can really tell the devs put like 5 years of constant effort into this game. It has so many little secrets, so many references, so much cool content. You can really see the Bleach inspiration. I mean, it is a Bleach game, but like, it also goes away from the normal Bleach game concept. It really strays away from that and makes it its own game. It's such a great game, and I really look forward to all of y'all playing the game. Yeah, that's about it for part 4, and also about it for the video. If you liked the video, leave a like, subscribe. If you want to see more of these type of video, if like me reviewing a game, leave a comment down supporting it. I'll be glad to make some more. VV is closing down today again, so as of the 11th, and it's gonna be opening up again for early access. If y'all want to see another video, let me know. I'll be glad to make another video on this game. It's really fun. I might also stream it sometimes, depending on if y'all want to see that. Yeah, that's about it for the video. Yeah, see you guys. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.